Hello guys, and welcome again to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a 2-for-1 unboxing. We're going to be looking at the R2-D2 from Hot Toys from the original trilogy, the mms511, and the R2-D2 from Attack of the Clones that just released a few days back, mms651. They're both very similar figures. They're based on the same style body and the head, the dome. The attachments are pretty similar, so we're gonna compare both of them instead of doing separate videos. That way we can see. And some of you like me that don't know which one to get, I was between which one should I get, the original trilogy or should I get the new one. The original trilogy has been out for a few months or a few years, a couple of years, and it goes for a little bit more money. And the one on the right is from Attack of the Clones. That's the one that is already on Sideshow, but it's on back order or wish list. And maybe if you get lucky enough, you can enter the wait list and maybe you get one, so you don't know. So both of them are, prices are going up. This one on the left, of course, the price went up so much. So we're gonna unbox both of them, look at them, and maybe I can help you and everybody else to see, to make up your mind which one would you go for. Okay, first things first, we're gonna look at the box. The box art, just, you know, right quick. You have your original trilogy R2-D2 with the details there and the name. This is the Lux version of it with all the accessories. This one is good for all three original trilogy movies, so it's gonna have all the accessories from all the movies. You have the little picture of the droid there with some of the accessories. And of course the art box, you can see the thickness of the box. The reason why I'm saying this, because in this case you have this one right here on this side, which pretty much similar Hot Toys box, is the 20th anniversary episode 2. You have the picture is just R2 with nothing, but this one is a much thicker box and bigger box than this one, so you can see the difference. And we're gonna open it and see why. The main thing that I want to show you first before we get into it, you have the sleeve that it comes out, and this is where this figure takes a nice price for the boxing. Let me see if I can get the light out of the way. So you get the vintage style looking blister like a window, so you can see the R2-D2 20 years of episode 2. They're releasing a lot of figures from episode 2, like battle droids and C3PO and some clones, so it goes with that collection. And not only that, at the bottom of it you have some magnets that you will slide up, and then you'll open it, and then you have the figure with all his accessories and everything. You can see the figure without it, and then you have the C3PO head over there, but we're gonna look into a second. One of the main difference, once you get into the box, when you slide this one out, this is what you get. You get the clamshell with all the accessories and everything. This one, since it's the original Hot Toys, the ones that they are releasing lately, you have the nice art of R2-D2 on Dagobah with the lantern, which it does come with. So this is your insert, and then you get the figure right there. Okay, in this case, again, we have on the left side the original trilogy R2-D2. Right side, we have the Attack of the Clones R2-D2. All the accessories, the top row, you see all the accessories that are similar or the same, actually the same on each one of them. And then at the bottom, the different accessories that comes either with one or the other, because R2-D2 used these accessories on the originals, and then he used these on the sequels, on the prequels, sorry. On Attack of the Clones. So to start with, you get the two pair of arms, those little arms. Let's see if we can get these are magnetic. Most of them are magnetic, and you have they're articulated, so you can move them and place them. They feel like they're kind of fragile, so be careful when you move them around. But that's They have a magnet over here, so we'll attach on R2-D2. And as you can see, it's exactly same part on one or the other. So these are the same. They're being weathered exactly the same, painted the same, no weathering. And both have the magnets at the bottom to attach to R2. You can see that once you put them back, they want to attach to each other or repel. So you have to be careful when you have your attachments out. My problem was I was trying to lay them out to have a comparison, and they kept trying to get with each other, and it was hard to get them together laying around. So that's going to happen. These are the same piece too. I think these are, they're not, okay, not adjustable. The same kind of, I don't know what they are. I don't know the names. You guys can tell me later on which one does what. I'm gonna keep everything on the right. I'm gonna separate them like that. See what it does. So it's actually kind of handy when you set them down. That way you won't lose them. They won't go anywhere. On the third one, we get some saws, some pizza cutters. It's exactly the same part. Nothing changed on one or the other. And the saw actually does rotate, and it's kind of sharp. It's metal, and it's a little bit sharp, so you're not gonna cut yourself or anything, but just be careful when you do it. Okay, we'll set it to the side. On the next one, we have our life form scanner or scope. It's pretty much the same too. Nothing's been changed on one or the other. If you think it looks bigger, it's not. It's just the way it's opened up. This one seems to be a little open up more. I'm not going to try to squeeze it, but it's the way they attach it to it. It's the exact same part. And this one don't have magnets. It got pegs, so that goes on the top of R2-D2's head, and it pegs in there. The next one, we have the tool. I guess this is the one he used to attach 3PO's limbs together. On this case, he was using it to attach the head. This one, he was using it to fix the legs and stuff. It's like a little torch, a little welder machine. Again, if I turn it around, they're exactly the same part. So those are the same. The next one is the little, I don't know what these are. Spoken electricity, I have no idea. This little thing, I guess it moves because one is higher, the other one is not. I can't move it, and I don't want to force it, but that's the main difference that I see on one or the other, that one has that little piece a little higher than the other. They are magnetic too. You have the magnets, so it's easier for attachment. On the next one, we have the claw. The little claws. Again, same exact claw for one or the other. And there's a difference in the hole in there. One is silver, the other one is black. For whatever reason. But it's exact same piece. And again, magnets. The next one we have is, let's go to, okay, this is the different one. That one does not come with the other one. So we go with this one. See what I tell you, it just rolls, and then it tries to get the little computer prong. Again, don't have no clue what the names are. And this one, I think this one extends, maybe. There's some of them that extends. I just didn't look at it, but some of them that extends a little bit. In this case, on this one, some of them they have with a little articulation, so you can actually bend it and don't have to be straight out when you use it. Both of them has the same. So they're using the same parts for both R2s. That's the reason why, mainly me too, which one do I go for? Do I want to pay a little bit more for the original that I I'm in love with, because I'm in love with the original, or the new one, a little cheaper, and it's basically the same figure and with almost the same attachments. These pieces here, let me match them. That way we'll see if they're the same. There we go. Same piece too. Got some buttons over there like a lightsaber or something. I think this is the one you use to attach to computers. I'm not sure. Magnets as well. So there they go. Look at them. Look at them go. Oh yeah, there they are. I had it right here. It just moved around for me. That's another. I don't know what that is. It's another one of those. There's the same part. And lastly, of the similar stuff that comes with on attachments is the two tasers. I used to tase Wicket and the Ewoks on the original trilogy. On the second one, I'm not sure. I guess he used it or not. I don't know if when he got all the attachments out. But yeah, that's those two. On the main differences on attachments, and then you have the two remotes with the batteries. Both of them are for R2 on the dome. Well, I'm going to attach that and I'm going to show you. And also we have a lantern and a 3PO head on this side, and that's for the other batteries. And let's look at the R2-D2 is the original trilogy. You have two Leia's hologram, which they look neat. I love this, but the other ones that we see with Anakin and Obi-Wan and all them, they look more hologram. This looks more sculpture, but it does the job. And you can see the little lines they've been sculpted on the figure itself. And then they just hollow. They just sit on the table, which you're going to be using this table, which I don't know what that means, because he was projecting it on the floor. This one got lights too, so it lights up your figure, and you're just gonna basically just sit them there like that. But she was laying on the ground, so you can even use the table that comes with the Obi-Wan figure too, if you want to, the Hermit one, or because he's got that too. Another difference is we get the Return of the Jedi lightsaber, Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Very nice figure. Accessory, sorry. And then if you had the blade from the Luke Skywalker, which I do, you could have it, but this, since R2-D2, it comes out of his dome. Another one that comes with for the original is from the New Hope. You get the Death Star plans when she's trying to insert an R2, so he'll take the plans to Obi-Wan. It's very thin. Looks like it's a very thick cardboard, but it's very thin piece. So be careful when you handle this one. Another one that comes with the original one is the restraining bolt, and this one as well is magnetic. That way you'll be able to attach it to R2-D2. There's a place that you can attach it to, so just make sure you get the right place for them. The other one it comes with is a lantern. When they are on Dagobah, they need some light, and also R2 recharges, where the battery doesn't come with, and there's a little attachment end to it, a little plug-in, which looks just like a plug-in on your wall, and it's gonna go in the compartment. I was looking at reviews before this one, and R2, the Attack of the Clone, does have the same compartment, even though that one does not come with. So if you had one figure or the other, you can interchange, except for, on this case, you have the C-3PO's head, which you're gonna put the batteries in there, and then there's a little, it just comes apart. Like that. It comes apart, and then you have the compartment for the batteries. It's just one light. You switch it on and then put it back in. Just make sure, be careful. There's kind of feel like there's a magnet holding it together, or maybe it was just hard to pull away, but that's a nice touch. That is a nice detail on that. Also, you have the thrusters, which he uses on episode 2 and never used ever again. These were attached on the side of R2-D2's legs, which this one, I'm assuming it does not have it because they were not ready to produce these, but we're going to try it. And then also, when you attach those, there's a piece that is going to be missing at the bottom, so you have the replacement pieces for the bottom with a little bit, that one has a little bit of dirt and grime, that too, right there. And because it's going to leave a space in between, and then you have these. And lastly is the little hook that comes out of the back of R2 to drag C-3PO's head after he got pulled out of the battle droid. And there's one space there that you have it. You can't attach it anywhere else. It won't stay. It's only one magnet right there, one spot, and then you can have it. This is not bent. It's a metal wire and would not bend, but it's really sturdy. So, and we're gonna see. Up next, I'm gonna get the batteries on. We're gonna see if one remote works for both of them or it's just the one, and then we're gonna put some accessories and see what happens. And let's see who gets the win. Okay, before we attach the batteries, just to let you know, the way to do it on both of us is the same. Since the head is already articulated, you can hear right there. The rest of it smooth. Once you get to that point, is where you pull out the head, and then that's where you have your screwdriver with the batteries and the on-off button. And they're both on the same. So let me put the batteries and we'll be right back. Okay, and we have the batteries in. This one is we use the all 5 big batteries. There's lights and sound and different lights that come on, so maybe that's why they have 2 separate compartments. For the C-3PO, you use the 3 mini ones. You have the switch on and off there. And for the batteries, the remote control, the 3 medium size. So I'm not gonna put the covers on them, just to show you what they do, and we'll come back. I'll get the R2-D2 from the original trilogy's batteries on there too, and we'll compare them. Okay, for original trilogy R2-D2, you have same 5 batteries for the head. You have same style batteries, 3 for the remote control. And then here's what's the difference. There's 2 more sizes for batteries. You have 3 little ones and 2 smaller ones. One's for the lantern and one for the base itself. So okay, guys, we got all the batteries already in the figures and on the accessories. The first thing is before we do the sounds and try it out, let me show you how this accessories light up. Let me turn the lights off and we can look at it with no lights. That way you can see how bright they are. This is for the base. Just flip it and you can see already how bright. This is really bright. It's really bright. And when you put the Leia figure, it looks amazing. And that's why it makes sense when they did the hologram the way they done it, instead of making it more yellow, more blue, to mimic the later on from the sequels and stuff, or prequels. And then you have the other option for Leia. So it's really nice, nice bright, and it looks amazing. She looks really good. Again, batteries, I don't know how long they're gonna last, because little batteries, like the watch batteries, depends how you use them and how much you use them and leave them on. Some of them, they're not gonna last too long anyway. This is your lantern for Dagobah, the little lantern. There he goes. Just a really nice light and some detailing on the inside there, with the little lines, the little edges they drew on it, they sculpt on it. That's really nice. And then it's going to attach to it. It's going to attach to R2, and it's not really a plug-in and then it lights up. It would have been nice if the cable was already wired and then you can plug it in and turn on when you plug it in. But this is a nice touch. Now moving on to the 3PO, I wanted to show you because the C-3PO has the the little head there. Let's see. And it's instead of 2 lights for each separate eye, it's just 1 light. And it's very bright, and it's just blinding me right now. If I look straight at it, it's just freaking blinding. And then when you put it on there, and there you go. So you got the C-3PO head, which is, it looks really good, and I really like it. Let's see if we can see. So you can see the dots and the 3 little things there around. It's a really nice sculpture figure. I like this one. I like it. If you have the B1 battle droid, it comes with another C-3PO head and B1's head. And if you have the C-3PO head, it comes with his own head plus the B1 droid head on him. It's the silver 3PO from episode 2. So you'll have a collection of 3POs if you want to get some B1 droids, and of course you got this R2, and then you get the C-3PO itself. So it's gonna be a bunch of heads laying around. So that's for the accessories. We're gonna take a look at the controllers and see what they do. Okay, I have the lights on just to show you a little bit. Controllers are exactly the same thing. You have the A and the W, the push in, for different sounds. And basically what you do, let's try on the right side. This is the Attack of the Clone Wars. We turn it on, and then we'll go. It works for both of them. You press the, like I said, now it's the R, and that one is for both of them. I'm going to turn the lights off in a minute. Just wanted to show you that they both are the same figure. It even has the same controller. So, and you see the lights right here going around. Let's do it like this. You got the legs on the ratchets. That way the figure won't tumble. And then you got separated ankles. Put on a ratchet, and then the ankles that you have to bend them a little bit just for you got the third leg going on. So there he goes. These, they move a little bit. They have a little bit of articulation if you want to move them around a little bit. This one doesn't on the original trilogy. On this one moves a little bit too. He wants to move back for some reason. And that one, let's see. Yep, that one moves. You got the same type of lights. You can see they're blinking at the same time. Let me turn the lights off so you can see without the light on. Let's take a look at them like that. Orange, green, orange, green. At the same exact time, I guess. And then go back to the front, and you have those. One thing that I agree with everybody that's been reviewing this figure is they wish that the projector will not stay on all the time, because when you turn it off, it just goes completely off, and then it only comes on when he wants to do the hologram of Leia. So you got you can have it on, but then he's off. It's only the hologram. Should have been the other way around. Should have been that on and then have that one off. And even if you hold it on, it's nothing. And the controller has a light too that shows you that you're using it. So depends who you're aiming at, it's going to work at it. Now having them on, and then we're going to see the sounds. Okay guys, here we go. On the instructions, it will tell you exactly where you're supposed to put each accessory. This is for the R2-D2 from the Clone Wars. You can see it's talking about the C-3PO head, but the compartments are the same on one or the other. So what we're gonna do basically is I'm gonna pick up one of the attachments that has the magnet on, and we're going to try on the opening the compartments. So once you get it propped, you can open it, and then you can see there, and these are magnetic. Let's try on the other R2. Same way. The sculpt inside of the compartments there is exactly the same. The only difference is this one is being weathered a lot more. This side, it's the same. There's one spot where you have the magnet. It's not a magnet on everywhere. So just make sure you find it, and it pops right open. You have these magnetic too. They're easier to prop open. And I'm just using the one from him, which is the same thing. It's one or the other. Open that one. Open this one. Sorry if I hit the camera a little bit. This one. We have that one. There's one that comes out here for the telescopic. The one on the side too. There's one on the side. There you go. For the other arm. So it's the fourth one down. He does the same thing. Fourth one down. There we go. Same thing on that one. Let's see what else. That's about it. The one I'm intrigued is the one for the battery. So on this case for this R2, you have the one for 3PO on the back. He probably does not have it because it was before he was made. So there's no compartment there that opens. And then on this one right here, or this is this one. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. That's the one for the batteries, for the lantern, sorry. Right there. That's the two. He doesn't come with it, but it has a compartment. And then this one has the compartment on the back, and this one don't, because it's different trilogy. And basically, I think that's all of them. So what you can do is, if you're gonna, it tells you where to put them, but actually you can put them whatever you want to put them. They have some of them got the magnets in there. I'm gonna use for this one. We got the two arms. That's the big one. You got the arm going in there. You got the arm going in here. I'm gonna put all the accessories on where he tells me where to go, and then I'll come back and show you what they look like. Both of them with all the attachments where they tell you to put them on. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, here we are. We have both R2s with the same attachments on the same place. The only issue that I'm finding is because these are magnetic, they just want to migrate towards each other or the door, and you kind of have to play with them a little bit until they actually reach where they're supposed to go. But that's where they go, and you can display them on whichever position you want. But that's basically what you do. Just put them in there and see how he wants to get attached to the next one. If I do it with one hand, but that's it. The main differences are on these. You have the C3PO head. You have attached to that side. It's a straightforward cable, metal cable. It goes in there, and once you turn the head on, you can have the C3PO's head on, but you have to move it around a little bit. The other difference is on this R2 for the top. You can take the life sensor off or out of there, and then you can have Luke's lightsaber in there, just sitting there. It's got like a little magnet, so it's just sitting right there because you use the little hole for this one. That's the one that's not magnetic. These two over here are not magnetic as well either. I mean, these two. The rest of them are magnetic that goes in there, so you can move them around. But yeah, you can have the lightsaber there. Also, the other difference is, let me take this off because it becomes an issue. when dealing with this. You can close these two, and then you have, when you have the lantern right here, and at the end of the cable you have the little plugins, and that goes plug in right there where the holes are. You can see the plug-in which way it goes, and you can plug it in. Again, it would have been nice if you have a, when you plug it in, it will come on, but you know, it's a nice touch. At least they include it. Also on this one, like we said, we have the Leia's hologram, which it doesn't really go in. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna use the flight pose for R2 on Untitled Clones, and I'll show you how to attach the thrusters, and then we'll take a look at it with that. Okay, for the flight pose, basically what you have to do is you have to take this panel off. You remove this panel here, right there. It's gonna be exposed. You got a little latch there, and then you're gonna get the one that's gonna match that one, which you can put it, there's a latch there and there's a little piece there. So let's see, just basically just put them in there like that, no force them or nothing. And then since there's a little spot here which is empty, you're gonna have to get the one that it comes out with the little piece there. Assuming it's upside down. There we go. Put the piece to cover that, and then it will cover your bottom part to look more screen accurate, because this is supposed to open up. And then you go to the other side, do the same thing. Take that piece off. I'm gonna put this one first because of it was kind of complicated to get it there while the thrusters were on. And then be careful when you handle it. There it goes. It just clicks in there, just sits there. It doesn't do much. You don't have to press much on it. There it goes. That's your little flight pose. And then for the flying, you get your base, you put your third leg back in. Supposed to push it in again. You put it there, and then you can have the legs sticking out if you want to. And yeah, he goes there. Try not to knock him too much, because if it's gonna be, he's gonna be knocked out of the flight pose. So there you go, and then you got him flying. And then these two pieces is for later. And another thing I told you before is these pieces that don't come off, because it's not supposed to on this figure. It was made a couple of years ago, so it's not gonna come off. That's the main difference between them two on the leg part of it. Okay guys, this is the basically everything that both figures come with extra, other than the similarities on the attachments. You have the R2-D2 from the Clone Wars with the heavy paint and dirt and heavily weather to simulate the Geonosian battle from the Clone Wars, and then the R2-D2, which it does have some weathering on them, especially rust, but it's mainly more white. But you still can see some of the dust and some of the things that he's been through. It's not a clean droid after the Battle of Yavin, and then they clean him up. He's pretty pristine. This one has some weathering on them too. Main difference on both of them, other than all the attachments that they both share, we have on this side, we have the R2-D2 from the originals with the two different Leias, the base with the light up base, lightsaber, Death Star plans, and the lantern from Dagobah. And then on this one you got the flight post base, the C-3PO head, exclusive to episode 2, and then you have the two thrusters for the legs. That's mainly it. Other than that, everything else is the same on the figures. It just comes down to which movie speaks more to you, and which figure do you think you like better to go for. The downside of this one is this is an older figure that has been done about a year or two ago. I think it was a year ago or so, and you can get them on the aftermarket. Hot Toys is sold out on it, and you're gonna pay a little bit more for this one, but you still get the good prices. If you look and wait your chance, you can probably get a good price on that one, because that's what I did. I found somebody that was willing to part with it, really reasonable price, but a little higher than what it was when it came out. And this one, if you are on the wait list, you might be able to pre-order from Sideshow. The wait list has been there for a few months now. I'm on the wait list. I did not get them through Sideshow. I got them on eBay, and still paid a little bit more, but still a little cheaper than that one. So if the good thing about it is, if you get one, you might be able to get the attachments for the other one and use them. You won't be able to use the thrusters on this one because the panels don't come out. So if you want to use the thrusters, you're going to have that R2. But basically everything else is the same. You might be able to get the layers and stuff for him, but it's, the weathering is going to throw you off. It all comes down to which movie do you like the most and which one speaks to you the most. Okay, guys, that's it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any favorites between the both of them, just make sure you comment on the video below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions or anything I can answer for you. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. That way also you know when I'm going live next with the next reviews as they coming out. Everything's been delayed, so be patient. And also I have other figures. I'm going to go back and review some figures I already have just to keep the ball rolling. But yeah, let me know what you think, and make sure to come back later. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.